Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to another, well, I guess this is a flight time with Fraggle. We're in New Zealand. We are actually going to be doing some flying over what's known as the Remarkables. It was a location used in the Hobbit. So this will be interesting. So we're going to take off from Queenstown and we're going to head, well, basically along this river here. Or this lake. See if I can trim her up a little bit. Well, I was planning on going a little higher, but apparently the weather has other ideas. Well, I have my graphics turned way up, as you can probably notice. I'm getting some nice rendering. The mountains look pretty. I'll stay under the cloud cover though. Still having some issues with the shadow rendering. But it's better than it was. Let's go above this layer and see what happens. Looks like flight gauge and flight map are not responding because I have my I have the migration tool turned on and FSX emulation turned on, so I could play with EasyDock, which it worked, surprisingly. But the migration tool needs updating, so that could be why these are not working properly. Well, as usual, I have traffic running, and I also have live weather running, thanks to, well, some various applications. We won't go into that. I guess I should really start posting some of my specs at the end of my vids, huh? In case anybody gives a crap. So, we are flying over what's known in New Zealand as the Remarkables. It's on the South Island on the west side, and it's just a very long stretch of, well, almost the entire west side of New Zealand is just a long stretch of mountains. But I will say it's very beautiful here, as I'm sure some of you have noticed if you've seen any of the recent movies. Looks like I'm descending a little bit. Change the trim. Well, if anyone's wondering, this is the Mooney Acclaim, and I decided to switch from the Cessna to this because this has a more modern and comprehensive communication and navigation system, because I recently ordered myself the books to learn proper instrument navigation techniques. I figure I've done as much IFR as I can handle. I'm still not up on all the rules, you know. Approaching an airport, I think you're supposed to ask for clearance rather than just buzz the tower and hope for the best. But yeah, I figure it's time, if I want to move up from general aviation to the larger aircraft, I should probably go ahead and learn how to actually navigate with them properly, rather than just pointing the nose of the aircraft roughly in the right direction and hoping for the best. I think between the two books I got, it was like $100 or so. No. That was for the 4 books. No, for the 2 books I got. One is the accredited FAA or whatever instrument navigation book, which was like $33, and the other one was like a nice paperback guide written by someone else on how to do it and other things that they don't tell you. And that was 20-something, 19, I can't remember. But I figure between the two, I should have a good handle on what I'm supposed to be doing, what I need to know to not crash horribly and kill everyone on board. And I figured I'd start learning that, and as I go through it, I thought I would share the information I discover with any of you who care to watch the videos. Looks like there's a lot of turbulence here. Yes. Odd that. Flying through hills, turbulence. I don't know why I'm surprised. But I have all my settings on pretty much on maximum. I've got active sky next running, which is why the clouds look so pretty, and why the weather looks so accurate, and why I'm having such a hard time with the turbulence. I've always found New Zealand to be a very interesting place. If you look at the map, there's a lot of names very similar to those in England. In fact, the Remarkables range actually has a mountain called Ben Nevis, which has a twin in Scotland, in the United Kingdom. But since I guess, it was settled by people from England, we shouldn't really be surprised. I wonder what the native names for these things were. Well, I think that's about it for the moment. I had a big long speech written out about, the Hobbit and various places in New Zealand that you can visit. Well, all the places in New Zealand you can visit, in fact, that the Hobbit was filmed in. But I decided against it. It might make me sound like a bit of a nerd. Like, I'm not. But I didn't think it was really worth necessary. I didn't think it was really necessary going over it, since anyone who's a fan of the movies already knows all this stuff anyway. As for the aircraft, obviously this is a third-party thing. I think this one's by Albeo. I can't remember, but it's the Acclaim. It's a lovely little aircraft, very quick, handles really nicely. If you want to step up and not, you know, spend too much money, I recommend this little thing. It's very, very pretty, very responsive. Has a very nice set of navigational equipment in it. And that's about it. Next time I make a movie, hopefully it will be what I have learnt about flying with radios. Advanced flying with radios. So, for the moment, remember, don't try and copy anything I do, because I really have no clue what I'm doing up here. Ta-ta! I thought I would quickly show you this. I found a little dirt strip to land on at the end of the lake. It's got, as you can see, it's got this lovely berm on one end, and there's a little lake that runs across the end of the runway. There's a little river that runs across the end of the runway, and then at the other end, there's that nice steep bank there, and then this is a drop off into the lake at the very end of that little piece of grass strip. This is actually quite a fun little strip to try and land on. I wasn't very thorough in my flyover, but somehow I managed it. No bent bolts or missing bits. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. Have fun, boys and girls.